Welcome to Early Bird Picker. My name is Rafa.
And I'm Annette.
Today we're going, sorry I've got the hiccups this last couple days. We're going over a live haul from a haul that we had today. What do you think?
Are you going to tell them about the 100-mile Oklahoma yard sale that was a huge bust?
Yeah, so it was the 100-mile Oklahoma yard sale today. And we always get really excited for it because there's a lot of, like on Facebook, a lot of different like advertisements for it, and everybody's always talking about it.
We've had a sign up for months to remind us. I took
Yeah.
off work. I never take off work.
Anyway, and so, but the problem with this is in Oklahoma, it's usually like the small little yard sale or small towns around the major cities, and so we go there and we just
Nothing.
I mean, not
We
nothing,
got nothing.
not nothing. Please,
Not worth the drive.
please keep watching. We did find some things, but yeah, it felt like nothing compared to when we stay in the city.
We took the truck because we were sure we were going to have so much to haul back.
Oh yeah, and so before we even found anything this morning, the very first yard sale I went to, it was one that was a Saturday one only. I think I discovered later, but we got the truck totally stuck in mud, like. Just totally stuck. I had to get some help to get it out. I thought we were going to have to like call AAA to get it pulled out, but luckily we got several people.
There was just two random guys working on this house, and they came and helped push us out. Otherwise, it was going to be a really bad day.
Yeah. Okay, so let me show you the first thing that we got to start off with. As a general rule of thumb, I don't mess with blenders too much.
He hates blenders.
I just don't like appliances. I don't like messing with them. I don't like cleaning them. But for the right price, though, I'll mess with them. This one, the reason what drew me to this one is it says that it is a Wolfgang Puck, first of all, which is desirable, but that it is a commercial blender. And so anytime you see appliances that say they're commercial, usually that means they're worth more money. We were at a veterans, like, what do you call those? Like a
VFW?
VFW here, kind of like a community sale. Not quite like a church sale, but it was kind of set up similar.
No, it was a veterans. You're right. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a veterans. Anyway, they didn't have this marked, and so I just offered $5 on it, and they took it. It should be worth about $100 if I sell it together. I like finding things that fit, that aren't any bigger, that fit in that USPS 12x12x8 box. And so if I separate this, then I could probably do that. And so the base itself is worth about 50 to 60, I think, and then the container is worth about 50. So if I do decide to split it up, I could get about 110. But either way, looking at about 100 to 110 bucks on this one.
Here was my best find of the day. It's Storytime Chess. It's new in the package. It hasn't been opened. It's for kids 8 and over, and I guess it teaches you how to play chess. Rafa is a really good chess player, by the way. I'm sure he's never told you that. Anyway, Storytime Chess. We paid $5. Rafa tried to get the lady down to $3, but she said, no, it's new. So paid $5. It's worth $50.
I'm making it a bigger deal this season to pick up cowboy western boots. I don't know why I've never noticed living in, we live in Oklahoma, and so finding cowboy western boots is actually pretty easy. Every weekend I pretty much find some, and I pick them up on occasion, sometimes not, but lately anytime I pick them up, and just nearly any condition I pick them up in, as long as I'm paying like $5 or under, they're selling for profit for me. And so I've decided to make it a thing. Like, I'm definitely going to be looking at cowboy western boots. So this is the pair that I picked up this weekend or today. The 3 brands that I'm focusing on are Tony Lama, which is this brand, Justin Boots, and then Ariat. I'm sure there's more. I got some Nakona boots, so maybe I have 4 brands that I'm focusing on so far on those, but those are the 4 that I buy the most. You can see these are in like moderate condition. Unfortunately, on the the lateral side of the shoe, the kind of paint has started coming off, or whatever you call it, the color, not paint, but just the coloring of the leather has started coming off. But I think even in this condition, these are a size 12D, as in dog, men's, and I found this one going for about 30 to 40 on eBay.
And this is the only other thing I found today, and I recognize that we should pick these up because of other resellers that we watch. And I'm not sure. Shout out to all 3 of some of our favorites: Ready Set Resale, Cincinnati Picker, Part-Time Picker. One of them picks these up a lot, and so I learned to. These were, how much for the 5-pack, Rafa? $2?
$2, yeah.
And they're worth about 10 a piece.
I forgot to say, on the boots, I offered $5, and they said we were just going to charge $1. This is at that same VFW sale, so I said, okay, I'll take that. So hoping to get my $1 into 30, 40 on these. I picked up this Monaco Racing Hat. Nothing. I mean, it's just got a big graphic on it. That's kind of what drew me to it. But it's still new. It's got the cardboard in it. Probably just get about $10 on this. You can see, paid $1.
I got nothing else. Oh, I did buy a pepper plant, but it was a Trinidad scorpion pepper plant, which I later found out is supposedly one of the hottest peppers in the world. I don't know. So we won't eat it. I'm giving it away. I have more.
This actually is your find, too.
Oh.
Yeah, you can totally count this as your find. These Funko Pops, we've got Nikki Bella and Sasha Banks. They're both WWE characters. They're loose, out of box. And so when you go to list your Funkos, if you're, obviously they're in used condition, but there actually is, in the item details, a drop down for whether it's in the packaging or out of the packaging, and so I'll definitely specify that it's out of the packaging, but there's collectors for out of the packaging loose Funko Pops, and so they're both in really good condition. I paid just $1 each on them. They're each going for about $10. I'm probably going to lot them together, so 2 WWE, I think they're their Divas or whatever, and I would get about $20 for them. This was at another community sale that we were at in, what city were we at in this, where I picked this
Bristow?
one up? Bristow, yeah, in Bristow, Oklahoma, which is probably about 45 minutes, like, southwest of here. There's pins falling out of this backpack, that's funny.
Yay, G2s.
Anyway, it looked like it's in pretty good condition. Something just drew me to it. The brand on this one is Biodomes. There's the brand on it. Not a ton of them have sold, like under 10, but what really drew me to it though is still the sell-through. Like maybe 5, 6, 7 of these have sold. Not of this particular like colorway, but just in general the Biodome. And only one available, and only one available right now is worth $49. And so I'm hoping that I should get about $50, and mine is in really nice condition still. I'm saving my best find for last, by the way. I picked up these, this is probably more technically a walking shoe. It's like between a running and walking shoe. This is the New Balance. This is a really high-end one. Is their top tier one, 1540 V3. Here is the label on that one, New Balance 1540 V3. Anytime you find New Balance in the 800 series or above, it means that you're buying a specialty New Balance shoe, unless it's just some really weird, like out of character or something that New Balance is doing. But this is one of the really high-end shoes. You can see I bought it in really, really nice condition, and I call this very good. Because of the creasing right here, I would call this like an 8 out of 10 condition. And, well, the outsole's in really nice condition. You can see nubs on nubs, just a lot of tread still left on here. The only thing that is partly, I don't know if you call it wrong with this shoe, because some people would see it as a benefit. Other people would see it as not a benefit. They did not, they took out the manufacturer's insoles, and then they put in these aftermarket New Balance insoles that are probably better, but some people like the manufacturer's insoles, and so they're not going to be happy that that original one's not in there. But either way, these are a size 7.5B, which is, it's a little bit on the small end, but it's not a horrible size. I paid $10 for these. He wanted 15. I offered 5. Well, actually, he didn't have them marked. I offered 5. He said 15, and I said I could come up to 10. I'm hoping to get between 30 and 50 for these. Unfortunately, this is more of almost like an orthopedic New Balance shoe, and so it's not as in demand. There's people that have probably worn this shoe for the last decade, just different versions of it. That's the other reason why I picked this shoe, is fortunately it is the current model of this shoe, so that's really good. And you can see what's really nice on New Balance. This is pretty much the only running shoe company left to do this, made in the USA. You can see the flag right there. No other running shoe company currently that are like the major brands makes their shoes in the United States anymore. So that's a really big deal to find somebody that does, for that particular customer that is still wanting their shoes made in the USA. Alright, I found these 4 video games. You guys let me know how I did on these. PS4. So we've got 2019 WWE, 2017, Knack 2, I guess, and Monster Jam Crush It. And particularly Oklahoma Hustler, let me know if you're watching this. Let me know how I did on these. I know you're the video game guy. Let's trade if you want to trade, because I have no way of testing these. So basically, I'll store them up until I either come across a PS4 or store them up until I find somebody to trade these with. On the video games, by the way, I paid just $1 each, and I used my Amazon seller app, and I saw that those should be all worth about $10 or more, so that's kind of how I decided which ones to pick up on that one. Here is my best find of the morning. It was like 10 or 11 in the morning, and I couldn't believe they come up on the Snap-on case. You can see here they wanted $30 for it. I didn't pay $30, they got $20. Anytime you see Snap-on, for me, Snap-on is kind of the highest brand that I know of when it comes to like tools, at least just like tools that you'd have in your garage rather than like commercial tool or whatever. But Snap-on's a really good brand. Unfortunately, the condition of these, like just how they look, isn't very good. They're kind of grungy. Let's see, one of them is still got a tiny bit of charge left. Yeah, that one. So I know that at least the tool is working. The model on this one is CT561, and just the tool alone is going for 90 to 100 bucks, like when you take the battery compartment out. And so I've got to get these charged up. The reason why I don't sell drills very often, I've always wondered, once you charge the drill, how long do you have to use it until you know that, like, you can say that battery's working? Because the last thing I want is someone to charge these up, to send these off, and then the batteries only be working for like 2 or 3 minutes. And so let me know in the comments below if you guys sell drills, like how long do you actually use that drill with that battery before you say it's working, or versus just parting it out, which I totally could do and just sell the tool only without the battery. So that one's kind of stuck. Maybe I won't. But then it also did come with the case, which should make it more valuable, and it also came with the charger, so I'll get those batteries charged up. If I had to, I could sell this by itself, the case by itself, the tools by itself, and then just chunk the batteries if they're not in working condition. But that's my best find. I think if I were to sell all that together, if the batteries are in good working order, the tools, and then charger, I think I should get like 150 to 200 bucks. There's just the one tool alone is going for close to 100, so I think we're doing pretty good there. That's my best find of the day, the Snap-on tools. I've never sold Snap-on before, so I'm really excited about that. I do have 2 sales that came through overnight that I want to show you guys. Let me show you those. Alright, this is another brand that's new to me. It's like Harimari or Harry Mary. It's probably Harry Mary. There's the logo on it. You can see just some kind of like casual sneaker in pretty nice overall condition. I got $29 plus shipping on these, and I think I had $10 invested. And the next one is a BOLO, and so I don't ever hear anybody talking about this particular BOLO, or not recently anyway. Let me show you what just sold. Cuckoo Clock. You can see about compared to my head how big it is. And it's not a super elaborate one. On this side, I'm not sure if it's missing something, and on this side it's got that little door. It doesn't have a backing on it. It doesn't have any maker's mark on it. I was really sad it didn't have a maker's mark. A lot of these are from Germany, and they'll say made in Germany. This one just really didn't have any maker's marks. It just says Whitlock Clock Repair. That's just like a service tag on it, but not anything more. I got this for $5 at Goodwill, and I was pretty excited about it to put it on auction and see how it do. I had best offer, or I had offers turned on. I immediately had two different people offer me 20 bucks for it, and I said no, just because 5 into 20, I was hoping I could get a little bit more for that. And by the way, I listed this in parts or not working, untested condition, basically, because it doesn't have the weights that are supposed to go with it, and so it's definitely in the parts or not working repair section of eBay. I got, what did I tell you?
53.
Yeah, I got 53 plus shipping on this, so really 10 times my money on that one. Super happy. This is a BOLO, so be on the lookout for Cuckoo Clocks. What's really funny is this is the first time I've ever found one. The very next day I found another Cuckoo Clock, but it was way more expensive. It was like 40 bucks at a yard sale, and it was not working either. But I'll be looking to pick these up again if they're in the right price range, so be looking on BOLO Cuckoo Clocks. All right. So the one thing, if you made it to this point in the video, if you sell drills, please comment below with what you do about the drills. I'd love to know, because I'd love to ship that out as a complete unit if possible. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Early Bird Picker.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And as always, I'll see y'all on the next video.